This is the Infinity Summit Group. Truth, passion, success.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Infinity Summit Group podcast. Today is February 1st, 2021. Nailed it. I thought it was the second. Hold on a sec.
I did too for a second. What day is it?
I'm Noah.
Xavier.
Welcome back, everybody. And today we're going to be ripping a speak about good old David Goggins and his book, Can't Hurt Me. Might I just say, this man is a Class A badass.
He's so intense, dude. So intense.
Yeah. And really takes just trying your best to the absolute limit.
He doesn't try his best. He just does things.
He just is.
He just does.
Breaks himself down. That's all there is to it.
I personally don't feel like that's a very healthy way to go.
For a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he says at one point, he's like, well, don't do what I did.
Yeah.
Just follow this formula to
Yeah.
get there, but, like, don't do what I did. So he's not recommending do what he does, but he's saying, I think the whole overall message is, like, no bullshit, no excuses. Get up off your ass and actually do things and, yeah, just figure it out. There's, crying about your life is just it's not a good way to do it. Not a good way to live, and you're wasting time, and you're never going to get anywhere if you make excuses for everything that you do.
Yep,
So.
and that's the end of the podcast. Thank you, guys. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was definitely the overarching theme of his book, but we'll definitely go into a couple more details here. One of his first themes was that his dad was just super abusive. Found that very, very interesting. Because we'll compare it to, we'll say, a child who doesn't ever get disciplined, right? David Goggins grew up tough as nails, and these other kids grew up soft as a teddy bear.
Well, he was also very angry and
Yeah.
resentful.
So his mentality was the exact opposite of a kid who's raised up without any discipline, we'll say, right? Kid with no discipline is raised up, oh yeah, I'm the badass in this life. I'm all this, and he was raised mentally just I'm garbage. So very, very interesting the duality of how one can raise a child, the exact polar opposites. Try to strike that balance. It seems like could be difficult at times.
Yeah. Well, I like what Jordan Peterson has to say about it too. He's like, sometimes you've got to be the tyrant.
Don't let your kids do anything to make you dislike them.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely feel like, how I was raised too. My dad was pretty intense, but I see it now as I really enjoy that because it made me harder instead of having a dad was always soft and just,
Yeah.
oh, it's okay. He actually disciplined you. So it was like,
Mm-hmm.
You can handle more when you get out in the real world, I feel like, when you deal with things like that as a kid.
Yeah, when you do get disciplined and sometimes you get scared, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good for you, for sure. Because then when you face, we'll say, true evil in the world, it's not as
Scary,
excruciating. Yeah,
something like that.
paralyzing. There you go.
The first time I read this book, I actually didn't like the little podcast sections that they did. But
Oh, really?
the second time, I love it. I love how it's like talking in real time and he's kind of explaining what's going on in the book.
Yeah,
I think that was super cool that they did that.
that's kind of what I was wanting to do when we were trying to do my book.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of what I was wanting to do, where I read the poem and then we talk about it. And this is the book that inspired me to try to do that way. But it just didn't end up working out.
Well, that dream's not dead, right? We can still do
No,
that again.
it's not dead for sure. And we've come so far in recording and all that.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've got so much better equipment. Like, we
Yeah.
were using my other thing, which was not made for that. That's made
Yeah.
for, like, singing.
So
So,
we'll definitely reapproach that. another time. Right now, I've got a lot on my plate.
Yeah. Come on, you can
Taking
eat
the old-
more.
Oh yeah,
Put more
I can take the old Goggins approach and just be like, all right, just stuff it in.
Just don't sleep. Perfect.
Yeah, easy, huh?
Don't sleep and ruin your body.
Problem is when I don't sleep, it's just not a good thing ever.
See,
I found that I need like 7 hours at least to function right.
and then a power nap.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could survive on less, but if I try to, then my mentality isn't as sharp.
Yeah, I agree.
So definitely don't want to sacrifice that.
I wonder how it is for everybody else though, because like I went so hard on energy drinks and stuff, and I went to those ladies and they said you destroyed your natural process of creating energy. So I'm so damn tired all the time for no reason. Well,
yeah.
because I destroyed it with all the energy drinks.
Yeah, I believe
So,
it.
like, what do other people feel like?
So now what do you do?
Not do that? And
Power through it till it fixes itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Eat healthier and not drink any soda. I literally have not touched any caffeine drinks since I went
Good.
to those ladies. No, it
That's
sucks. I can't drink any soda. I can't have Monsters. It's terrible.
You can have a root beer.
yeah, root beer. I've been ripping Sprites. I like Sprite better than root beer, but
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. What else do they say, if you don't mind me asking? What have you done to destroy your body,
Oh.
Zave?
She said the biggest thing was caffeine. I was like talking to her about all the drugs I've done. I'm like,
Yeah.
what about cocaine? She's like, that definitely screwed you up. I was like, what about all the other drugs? She's like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, yeah, I smoke weed on occasion. She's like, nah, that doesn't really matter. Let's do
Yeah.
that. I'm like, what about all the alcohol? She's like, yeah, your pancreas is fucked. But I'm like, nice.
Not the pancreas.
Yeah, but
What does the pancreas do again? Doesn't that produce like bile or something?
I'm not sure
Or
exactly.
is that
what
something
it is.
else?
I
I will look it up.
Yeah, because I know the liver processes toxins, right? Gets rid
Yeah.
of toxins.
Cleans your blood.
Yeah, cleans your blood, but I don't know what the pancreas does.
Pancreas does. Oh, it makes enzymes to break down sugars, fats, and starches.
Oh,
It's kind of important.
seems important.
So with that being screwed, you probably get wrecked from fast food, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense.
If I eat the wrong thing, it will put me down for like a while. It's so sucky, but here we are.
Here we is.
Yeah, here we is. Got to run on these broken legs.
Yeah. those ladies are wild, huh? There.
Yeah,
Did they do the theta healing on you and stuff?
they did, but I don't really. Another podcast, maybe.
Yep.
Another time.
Fair enough. Another time. The theta does get a little personal.
Yeah. What was weird is they
Oh,
did
they
it, and
so?
I was like, okay, there's a lot of issues I knew already. Everything she talked about, I already knew.
Yeah.
But there's other issues that I definitely knew were issues and that she didn't pick up. And I was like, what about those issues?
Oh.
Definitely have those.
So you're hoping she'd pick up everything
Everything.
to start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe on like
you might
the
need
second
another session.
Yeah.
Are you going for another session?
Oh, yeah. March 23rd.
Oh, heck yeah. You've already got it scheduled.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking all their stuff.
Yeah. The drink and the tea and everything.
Yeah, they got me like the iced tea or whatever it is. And that's super nasty, but I drink it with honey.
Yeah.
And then take the adrenaline support, TRX, lion's mane mushroom twice a day. Just,
I need to rip me some more lion's mane. I haven't
Yeah.
taken it forever. And I like it.
she told me I'm in trouble. She literally got to me and she was like, dude, you are in trouble.
With what?
Everything. She's like, you're dying.
Oh, boy.
Get water.
You're like,
Okay. Anyway.
I know my body's fine. Stop telling me.
You're rubbing it in.
Did she say anything about nicotine? Curious. Really?
Not one thing.
Just like,
It's like, your lungs are fine. I'm like, sweet.
sick. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, back to Senior Goggins. So, whole premise of his life, he was raised crappy, and he improved his life by thoroughly challenging himself physically and mentally through tons and tons of challenges. I mean, he did Navy SEALs, he did Ranger School, he did Air Force, Navy, Marines.
Ran.
He did do Air Force.
Yeah.
Then he ran like 100-mile marathons.
With
Zero
3 days
training.
notice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insanity.
Yeah.
He did the pull-ups.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
do
Guinness Book of World Record
something like
pull-ups. Let's
4,000
see if he
pull-ups.
still holds the record. Because that would be interesting.
Jeez. That's
He's just a crazy
4,000
guy.
pull-ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just do it.
I was thinking about when he was like talking about pissing blood and like shitting.
Yeah,
himself.
that was
I was
all.
just like, how in the hell
So
do
at
you
what
keep on
point
after
do you
that?
quit?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what is the too far?
This last year, someone looks like someone broke it. Or
Yep.
Brandon Tucker.
That's what it looks like.
Well, Goggins ain't a small man. What's he like, 6'2" or something? And
Yeah, he's
No.
6'2".
7,000.
7,715 pull-ups. Wow. Goggins
Holy
is
nuts.
not even anything anymore.
Yeah.
How big is this dude? Because Goggins was 225 pounds when he did it. That's
That's
huge
true.
for. What's this guy look like? I mean, 7,000 is still a lot more, but
Well, how
almost
many
double.
was it? How many hours?
24.
Oh, yeah, pull-ups in 24 hours. That's wild.
There's a picture of him go up.
7,000. Oh, he's not a small guy.
No, he's a buff boy.
He's an Irishman. Looks like it.
Strong man.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's insanity. Because it wasn't that long ago that Goggins did it.
The book's kind of old. Well, maybe
Yeah,
not
it's
the
like
book.
2018.
It was like
It's
mid
not old.
2000s, I thought.
But
Oh,
okay,
it was
then his
later
record
2000s?
The book was released 2018.
No, I'm saying his pull-up record.
I thought it was.
Let me see.
It wasn't. It was kind of long ago. A lot of this stuff here are kind of like, oh, that was
Yeah.
kind of far. Or like,
Yeah, so Goggins was
2013.
4,030 pull-ups, 2013. Okay.
That's still crazy.
And so now someone's got over 7,700 pull-ups.
yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
I
insanity.
mean, he said that was just. I mean, in the book, he goes over how hard that was, even to get 4,000. I mean, he had to try a bunch.
Yeah. But again, Goggins was a huge boy.
6'2", 225. That's huge.
Yeah.
And he's no quitter.
Big swole. No, so he failed that challenge twice before finally getting it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of commitment.
Especially when it trashed him every time. His hands were just mangled every time.
Yeah.
Mm.
No thanks. I'm
Hard
gonna look at
pass.
this.
I definitely think you gotta find a good balance of like what he's saying and comfort, because where he's like, no comfort zone ever. I'm like, dude, I like to be comfortable. I enjoying myself.
He definitely sacrifices, it looks like, personal relationships for this stuff.
Yeah. Look at his hands.
Oh,
Oh, dear Lord.
Whew.
It's not something I'd be willing to put up with for just a pull-up record.
No.
That hurt so bad.
Yeah, it does seem like he kind of sacrifices his entire relationship life.
Well, what?
Everything
he
for
got married
this stuff.
3 times? Or
Yeah.
4 times it's got to be. Isn't it? Married the same chick twice, and then one more, and then got divorced again.
That's right.
That's a lot of sacrificing family time and everything. I mean,
Yeah, there's
plus
probably
being a
just
SEAL at the same time.
there's probably just no time for anything else in his life.
That's what I assumed. I mean, he's given up a lot to get what he wants, but if
Yeah.
that's what you want.
Then there
Yeah.
you have it. Then you'll get it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a wild man. So in the SEAL challenges, he was saying his hardest challenges were the water challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying it's because black people are negatively buoyant or something.
Is it just
I think that was his reason.
I said he was, but I know a lot of
He
just,
wa-
like black
well-
people don't swim.
Yeah,
like, that's a huge cultural thing.
It is.
He was mentioning that black people in general, for whatever reason, are negatively buoyant.
Oh, I
That's
thought he just
why-
referred to himself that way.
He was talking towards the end of the book. He's saying, "Yeah, I was 1 out of 26 SEALs because we are negatively buoyant," kind of thing.
Okay.
And I
How
was
does
like,
that even
huh.
work?
I don't know.
Something
Well,
like that.
he said, like, black people tend to have a higher bone density. So I don't know if that's true or not. Should look it up, see what the science is behind it, because he was saying it, but I don't know if it's
Negative
actually
buoyancy
true.
is a weird thing.
Yeah,
I never even knew that was a thing.
it's like all people sink, don't they? It's not like
But
I'm naturally
My
floating.
dad was saying this the other day. They'd go to PAL, and my dad could tread water forever, like real buoyant, but his brothers did just sink.
Really?
Yeah, so my dad said he'd be out there by himself, just kind of, what do you call, treading water for a while, and his brothers could only do it for like 5 minutes before they'd start sinking.
Yeah.
And that's super easy for him.
I've always had a hard time treading water.
It's
I can go
hard.
under the water really easy, But
treading water is hard. I gotta fight the water to stay above.
yeah,
Also, I don't know how to do it right, but I mean, I
Yeah,
still gotta
that's
fight
true.
the water.
It's just, you
some
just
of
gotta
this
keep
stuff.
moving. Like if you stop for 2 seconds, for me
Yeah.
at least.
What are you finding, Logue?
It's nothing. It's just everything about race. It's racist.
It's probably calling you a racist for
Yeah.
even asking.
Yeah. There's just literally
Dadgummit, Google.
no information about it.
Just look it up on Bing, bro.
Yes,
Yeah.
just go to Microsoft, not Google.
Or
Much
DuckDuckGo.
better.
Yeah, I love DuckDuckGo. Their little fire icon, that's so nice.
The fire icon.
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
just-
been on there enough.
So there's a little fire icon in the top right corner. It erases all your saved data
Oh yeah, it
and
burns
stuff.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, it just burns it away. Instead of like going in, figuring out how to clear your history, whatever. This just erases all your cache data and stuff, so you can have all these tabs and then just boop, fire button, and it's all gone.
Convenient.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
just. Is it a VPN or just a search engine?
Just search engine.
Uh,
Yeah, you got a
Nice, man.
VPN. So what the heck is a VPN
Did you?
and what's the benefits of it?
Good.
'Cause I forgot.
you know, you guys ever been on websites and they had know your location and shit?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That doesn't happen to me anymore.
Oh.
That's what.
Is it
when my-
on your phone, the VPN?
Yeah, it's on my phone, on my computer, everything, just from one account. You get like 6 devices,
Ooh.
but it also slows my phone down.
Because
So-
it has to scramble every time. Scramble
And
your location or whatever.
So what it'll do, if I'm not on like a trusted network, which I have my home as trusted network, you
Mhm.
don't have to use a VPN on that.
Mhm.
It'll like turn off. But like here, my phone's constantly disconnecting from the Wi-Fi and connecting to the connecting to the VPN again, and then connecting to the internet.
Does it kill your battery?
It might. That might be my battery's died a lot easier lately, but
Oh, okay.
also, I mean, you'll load something, and you'll be going fine, and then your internet stops. Gotta
Mm.
close down all your apps, and then re-click on it again. Then it'll work. It kind of sucks.
And the benefit of that is so they just don't know your location.
Yeah,
all this
like I
jazz?
can say I live in Japan, so I can get, like, I don't know, I can punch in or put my location set to Japan, and I can get, I don't know, all the Japanese Netflix shows and stuff.
Mhm.
Like everything
Okay.
that's banned in the United States.
Yeah, you can do that and get
Yeah.
banned articles and whatnot on there.
That's cool.
Like,
I
it's
was-
cool when it works, and I don't think about it a whole ton, but sometimes it just pisses me off.
Yeah. I was reading a little thing about a bunch of books that are banned in the U.S. It's crazy.
Mm.
Why don't you hear about those?
Well, because they're
'Cause
banned.
they're banned.
I know, but why is no one out there like, yo, these books are banned? Why is no one just like,
Oh, because a lot of
Nobody
them are like
knows.
how to construct bombs and things like
oh,
that.
okay. So reasonable books?
Yeah, I still don't think they should be banned, but
No, but
I think they should be. I don't know.
it's
I
kind of.
just
That's
don't
tr-
think they should be banned.
That's
No.
tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tricky, but there's something about censoring that information. Free information is just like,
Wrong.
You
Yeah,
can
there's-
find a way to make a bomb though.
yeah, you
Just on
can.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Like
it's just
It's so easy.
I don't
So
love
easy.
it. Something about it doesn't feel right.
yeah, taking away our free speech. Perfect.
So I looked up
Yeah,
that,
that's
and
what they
yeah,
do.
you are right. They have a higher bone density.
Oh,
But-
really?
Yeah, so they don't float as easy.
I did not know that.
Hmm.
I thought everything was the same except for like the skin tone, but I guess sometimes obviously there are genetic differences because of skin tone.
Hmm.
Not because of skin tone, but the skin tone is the
Genetic difference.
visible it's the visible evidence to different DNA, right?
Characteristics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder why they have different bone density because black people originate around the equator, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, why would they need a higher bone density at the equator rather than up higher down lower?
Yeah, because the environment kind of shapes people's bodies, doesn't it?
Why
Yeah.
would it matter in general?
I have a theory. Okay. So the equator between, we'll say between the equator and the center of the Earth, because the Earth spins the way that it does, the equator is higher than everything else. It kind of pushes out in the center there. And so you're technically going to have more mass between you and the core of the Earth. So the gravity would probably be higher.
So it pulls you towards the Earth.
Yeah.
Closer, so it's like they're
So-
born with higher. Bone
So they'd
density.
have to be born with higher bone density, kind of resist all that their life.
Hmm.
Would
I wonder if that has any
a running thing too? Like a lot of those countries over there, they're always running. Would your bones break like Goggins did? Like after running for so long, maybe a higher bone density stops that.
Well, I feel like every
Probably.
every early civilization was running for a long time because
Yeah,
they're
but
probably
that's-
running from different things. But
Specifically over there, though. I mean,
Yeah.
in Africa, that was a
Yeah.
bigger thing than, I don't know, China, right?
yeah,
I mean, you don't hear about
Yeah,
it coming from
it's
China.
true.
that's true.
Ain't many lions in China.
No,
Hmm.
got a lot of
Only
other shit
viruses over there.
We've got
Yes.
tigers and whatnot,
Yeah.
It's true.
and elephants.
So
and
let's
gorillas.
really try to think this through. Why the heck would black people have a higher bone density? I wonder if there's other races that have different bone densities too, or if it's just like black and then everyone else.
That's what I was.
You know?
wondering. Like,
It doesn't seem to make sense to me. It
Mm-mm.
just doesn't. I don't know.
Although, again, they're not around much water, so they wouldn't need to adapt to any kind of water environment either
Yeah.
for any kind of swimming.
I don't get why swimming's not part of the black cultural thing. I mean, it's fun.
there's not a lot of water in Africa.
Yeah, but like in America, it's
Yeah.
been long enough to adopt swimming, right?
Yeah.
That's not too crazier out there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you sunk easier, you'd maybe be a little bit more hesitant. But I mean, jumping off a diving board's the same. You just touch the floor and push off.
I don't know. That'll have to be a different podcast.
It just seems
Cultural something, I don't know.
such like an odd thing to not have. Considering I don't know, I have like a pool in my backyard and stuff. Like that's something that's a
Yeah.
every
It's like
every
the
year
typical
thing.
American family.
Yeah. I don't know.
Got a pool. If it's not in your backyard, you have it near you.
Yeah.
So it says here, Asians, Hispanics, and whites all have the same bone density. Blacks have a higher density than all of them.
Why?
I don't know.
Does it say why?
It doesn't say why.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm trying to look it up, but I can't find anything.
This just seems so, I don't know, like an odd thing to have different.
Yeah. Bones in different races.
Have you ever seen?
Yeah, I can't find it anywhere.
But like, why are Asians shorter than most people?
Do they breed that way? Because I know, like, they do that weird thing where they make their feet real tiny by cutting off the
Yeah.
circulation
Oh.
for years and stuff. Do they just kind of mess themselves up by just kind of breeding that way?
That's a good question.
Because they do
yeah,
say
but that's not going to transfer over to birth.
Yeah, well,
If you shrink your body
That's
like
fair.
that,
they would
your
break
baby's
their
not
feet.
going to.
Literally broke their feet to get it into these shoes. It's so messed
yeah,
up.
you're right,
'Cause
Luke. That is
why?
weird.
What's the goal?
But I don't know. Like they say in America, we're breeding taller and taller people because girls like tall dudes, and they kind of. But maybe it's just the opposite way there. Like a dude that's a little shorter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you're 4 foot nothing and a dude's 6 foot, that might be a little bit much for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
We definitely selectively breed for sure. So why? Why is it?
So weird.
Moral of the story: he was having a hard time in the water.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah. So he wasn't good at swimming because his bones were thicker.
Yep. And then his boss man, he didn't like Goggins, and then Goggins basically gave the big FU to him
Yeah.
and showed him up.
Yeah.
And that's the moral of that. Moral of the water park.
That's like the
Taking
moral of the
souls,
whole
like he
book.
says.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like someone thought I couldn't do it, so I said F you.
Yes, I
And
did
I
it better
did it.
than
And
that.
then I did it.
Well, that was his whole SEAL thing. He said all they'd do is they'd say, "Oh, I could do it better." And he said, "I wanted to do it so good that they could never say that they did it better." That's
Yeah.
like, oh, geez.
I wanted to give them ED that night. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's like, I'll bet you that night after I did that, they didn't get laid. Nope, they couldn't even get it up. Just thinking about Goggins.
It's a powerful thing, man. What does he call that? Yeah, taking souls, though?
Yeah, taking souls.
souls.
Where you do something so good it's better than they ever could have done it. The person who's getting after you or bullying you or whatever. Very interesting. I like it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was wild. So he's abused. He does big challenges. He gets big, strong. He was fat at one point, and I did like the
More than one
accountability
point.
mirror. Yeah, more than one point. Well, he was heavy more than one point. I think he was only fat once. He was talking about the accountability mirror, and that's essentially where you look yourself in the eyes and you yell at yourself and say profanities at yourself that's true. And put some goals upon this mirror and hold yourself accountable in this mirror every single day or once a week or whatever, and just keep on your own butt, as it were.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what did we read about this in The Power of Habit? Kind of like positive affirmations, but negative affirmations.
Yeah.
You're awful.
Yeah. You're a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Get better.
Same principle, I guess.
Yeah, just way different approaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it does help. You put some goals up on your mirror because you go in there every single day. It's powerful, you know?
Yeah.
I know I did that for a little bit, and
I started doing that.
it was nice.
Got a mirror in my room, so I just put sticky
heck
notes
yeah.
up on there. It's nice.
I need to
Because
start
then you
putting
get to
some
see
on
it
mine
every day,
again.
and you're like, I didn't do that. That sucks.
Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing a to-do list like on my phone, and that was doing great for a while till I keep forgetting to open it
I
up.
like the post-it notes
Same.
because you get to take it off, and if you keep a pile, you get to see this is the streak that I'm ruining if I don't take this sticky note off. So you get a big old pile of notes that you've taken. like,
Oh,
of
maybe I'll
each
get
goal
one of
that you
those
do.
things you pierce them on, like receipts.
Yeah, you do that, and then if you miss one, you gotta throw it all away. This is your streak that you're throwing
Oh.
away.
Oh, I like that idea. That's
Ooh,
cool.
I like that a lot, and that's scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you get a big pile, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. And then you
Yeah.
miss one day, and you're screwed.
Starting day one, week one, baby.
Yep.
Yep.
This David Goggins man had to do
Hell,
Navy SEAL training, Hell Week 3 separate times. And he said it was all in a year, wasn't it?
something like that. It's got to be a little bit over, right? Because it's every 6 months, I thought.
Yeah.
I think he said 18 months. But at the end,
Oh,
he says
okay.
he says 18 months, but at the end, he says 1 year. So,
Yeah.
yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because the first time when he broke his knee, so he couldn't keep doing it.
Yeah, busted his kneecap, and it was
Sick.
way swollen.
Yeah.
Said he was popping ibuprofen 800s like Tic Tacs.
Yeah. And then,
That's prescription grade.
Yeah, that's not good for you at all.
No, this dude doesn't
Nothing that
even
he
care.
does is healthy.
yep.
Yeah.
Surprised how, or
Surprised he's alive.
yeah, exactly.
Well, he thought he was gonna die for a minute there because he got those big old knots on him.
A couple
Yeah.
times, wasn't it?
No,
After his first 100 mile, he was like,
Right,
oh.
because he had like.
but you're talking about the
pancreatic
part
failure.
where he was stretching, right?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
he starts stretching near the end of the book. I can't believe you wouldn't get that sorted out earlier. If you just had a big old knot on your hip, or something, wouldn't you be like,
Yeah.
cancer or something? Figure
Doesn't
that out.
seem right. Nah, I'm just going to keep running.
Well, he did go to the doctors, I guess. They didn't say anything was wrong, but I don't know. Wouldn't you like a chiropractor? That's kind of a
It
bone
makes
thing.
me want to start stretching for 10 minutes a day.
You gotta know
Because,
the right stretch. That's like yoga. You just gotta know what you're doing, though.
I mean, even if I don't know what I'm doing, I feel like any kind of stretching would be a good idea.
That's fair.
Because I don't stretch, and I haven't stretched in a long time.
Does a lion
Also-
stretch before it takes down a gazelle?
I was thinking you were trying to say a yoga pose.
Let
I
me
was
go.
like, what
Yeah,
the heck is
that is
that?
a yoga pose too.
No. Have you ever seen Zombieland?
Yes,
Okay.
I have
yeah.
seen Zombieland.
That's a quote from that.
Oh, that's right. Because he's all, don't forget to stretch.
Yeah.
It was a lion stretch. I need to watch those games 'cause that was pretty hilarious, actually.
That was a funny movie.
Go take down some wenches.
Yeah.
Get some gazelles.
And
What
I'll
a
be interested
sniper.
to see how long he actually lives.
Yeah,
Goggins?
he's
Yeah.
40.
6?
Is
I
he
bet-
46? I just
I think
watched
so.
his
I thought
Joe Rogan
46
podcast.
was the end of the
He's
book.
43.
Oh,
Oh.
he's 45.
Oh, what the heck? Okay, whatever. You know.
Wow,
Yeah,
boy.
his podcast with Joe Rogan is good.
Yeah, I was just listening to that after I finished the book. I was like, kind of want to know more.
Yeah.
Rip this podcast. He sounds like he destroyed his throat somehow. His voice,
Probably
boy,
from
it's-
yelling.
He sounds like a smoker.
Yeah, it's probably a yelling thing. Got hurt. I'm just gonna scream through this for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, okay then. Destroys his throat. He also said he had like double pneumonia or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's
all the bad things happened
That's
to
how he
him.
knew that one dude was gonna get dead. Yeah. in SEAL training, right? He's like, yo, that dude had pneumonia and then he drowned.
Oh,
he had
yeah,
pneumonia
yeah.
and passed out in the water or whatever.
Oh,
That's right. And then he died.
Yeah.
This was one of his buddies during SEAL training.
Yeah.
Just got dead right then and there. And the instructors were like, yep, he died.
how often?
Back at it.
People will die. Get back at
I
it.
wonder how often people die in the SEAL training.
It's got to be so
I don't
much
know.
less
Let's
now.
check that out.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can bring someone back to life now, basically. Especially if drowning, and they were quick about it, from what he was saying.
It's true.
But I don't know how much like pneumonia would affect that. So, because that's like
Yeah.
fluid in the lungs already.
Yeah.
You double team that or something.
That's unfortunate.
That is.
Got
That's
toasted.
brutal.
They probably have to sign so many waivers before they go in.
Oh, for sure.
If you die, you don't get much. I'll bet you
Or
they.
I bet it's just like a general thing. You join the military and you're under our rules. Who cares if you die? Unless it's
Well,
like a
they
legit
do
accident.
take care of the families though if they die.
Yeah.
Like it was saying, they pay for the kids' college and they still pay the
I thought that was some
salary for the
organization,
rest of them.
not.
Oh,
them.
maybe,
I
huh?
thought it was the organization. They might get like a salary after. I thought for a
I'll
little
bet
bit.
you they've
but
got
I thought it was.
life insurance on all of them too. So like a little small policy for each family, you know.
So since 2013, 9 SEALs have died in training.
Jesus Christ,
Well,
that's like
I
more
mean,
than I would have expected.
Considering how crazy it is, it's not so bad. That's less
7
than,
years?
Oh, I guess yeah, it's like
Yeah.
one
Like-
year now.
Yeah,
7 to 8 years?
the people who are doing the training are just like, oh, there's another one.
That's like a death a year in training.
Yeah. What a poozer.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. He didn't deserve to make it.
Wonder what the ratio is compared to like other spec ops teams, stuff like I don't know, like a Russian one or something.
Oh, yeah.
Cause I've seen something that they die. People die in that training a lot too, but they got like they shoot each other in training with legit guns.
Whoa.
Like, and they all get their vests and everything, and they gotta shoot each other so that they know what it feels like or something.
Oh,
I'm sure people die doing that.
Video games.
not
and
gonna
all
lie,
that.
that sounds pretty badass.
Sounds so cool, dude. You could just, I mean, it would probably hurt like a mother.
Oh, yeah,
It
dude.
would be so cool to say that you got shot.
If I
Yeah.
knew I wasn't going to die, I would totally get shot. Oh, yeah. I would try it.
Well, with the vest on. I don't want to get
Well, yeah,
actually
not
hurt.
shot. Like, it's still gonna bruise the shit out of you.
Probably
and maybe
break a
Break a
rib.
rib, yeah. And I've had a broken rib. It's not fun. They suck.
Yeah. It'd be neat. Definitely would be neat.
Yeah. Then you could say, yeah, I got shot once with a vest on.
That'd be
Pretty
It'd
sick.
still be cool.
It
Yeah.
would be.
We gotta go skydiving, dude. I've been thinking about it for the last week.
I have to.
Yeah.
It's
It's
gonna happen. Yeah.
We're doing it this year for your birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds huge.
Is it
Out of
expensive?
state or wherever.
It'll
Right.
probably be between 1 and 200 a person
Not so bad.
just for skydiving. But then
Yeah,
we gotta pay for the house and stuff.
House, yeah.
And all the booze.
Yeah. I'm guessing it'll be probably three to 350 a person for the trip.
It's still not bad for a weekend.
That'll be fun. All right. So
Leave
it says
Thursday, get Friday off.
death gratuity payment is $12,420 and is non-taxable unless they die in combat or while training for combat. Then the payment's $100,000.
Okay. So what's the other 12,000? Just if you're done and then you die?
I think so.
That's not so bad.
I think that's just if you're not on active duty, you're not training, you just die, and you happen to be a service member, then you get 12
Wait,
grand.
100 grand really ain't that much though.
No, it's not.
You definitely, if you
That's
get
why you
into
get
that,
life
you gotta get life
insurance.
insurance beforehand.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully a pretty hefty one. I don't know. You could even get a term one and get a real.
Oh, they've
high-
got life insurance. Yeah,
Oh.
life insurance is $400,000.
No, do they have to pay for it?
Probably, yeah.
They don't make very much money, so that's kind of
No, but they also don't have to pay for food, housing, any of that.
fair enough.
At le-
Free
at least
medical
food is in
care,
a bag.
everything.
What's that?
Said because their food is in a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Prison
MREs are
food.
expensive, bro,
Are they?
and they taste pretty good. Yeah.
MREs.
are pretty
What is
good.
that?
Meals ready to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's what they eat out in the field. But you just put like water in it, shake it up, or crack something, right? And it
Yeah,
just-
it's they heat up.
Yeah.
You put water in, it kind of boils the food in the box, and then you eat it.
That's kind of cool.
It's way
It
cool.
is.
Sometimes they're good. Sometimes
They
they're
sell
pretty
those at
nasty.
like Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah.
Sell
cheaper
'em.
versions.
Sell
You
'em
can get
just
them at
everywhere, yeah.
the Army surplus store. We've bought in a bunch before, and they have like crackers and Skittles and bunch of it's a ton of food really. but
Yeah.
It's just you can tell that it's an MRE.
This is meant to last 30 years.
Yeah.
Nasty. All right. The 40% rule that David Goggins introduced. I don't know if he introduced it because I've heard about it before.
I
Where
think he said he came up with it.
he did come up with it.
I thought. Or
That'd be
he came
cool.
up with it while running or something while it was just him.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It might have been something someone already did, but
Well, I'd
for
believe
him
it because he's
personally.
he's old enough where in our lifetimes we would have barely heard of it, and he's already
that's
thought of
fair
it. You
enough,
know.
Yeah.
But anyway, 40% rule is essentially when you think you're at your max performance, you're only at 40%. You still got another 60% to go.
Whoa.
And that is a daunting thought always.
For real.
Yeah.
But it has, I know personally, has helped me break through a lot of physical barriers that I've had before and mental barriers and everything where no matter how loaded down you are, you're like, crap. And then you think about that rule, you're like, okay, I'm not even at half of my capacity. Helps you push on that much farther.
Is it weird that I find like mental strain harder than physical strain?
No.
No, not at all.
Because physical strain I can usually push through pretty good, but like
Yeah.
when it's mental stuff, it's so much rougher.
Mentally, I think you get tired easier.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
way
like, oh,
easier.
nap time?
Like, I could pick up rocks all day, I'm sure, but once you get into some real hard math, after an hour, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm done with this. I'm
Yeah.
falling asleep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's just because you don't use those muscles as often or what.
Well, I seen this thing on Joe Rogan the other day. He was saying chess grandmasters burn 6,000 calories on tournament days.
Jesus Christ.
That's like as much as Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
And they're playing chess. It's got to be some crazy kind of calorie.
Your brain
intensive
just
'cause
be
it's
all.
yeah, moving 1,000 miles per hour. trying to
GME
switch
go
something out.
brr.
That's insane.
6,000.
That's way crazy.
Just from thinking?
Your brain be
Probably the
smocking, bro.
stress and everything, just
Yeah.
all moving at a million miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's something crazy.
Trying to think.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense. I have always wondered, does thinking extra hard burn more calories? Because it feels
got to.
like it.
Well,
It burns energy in some aspect.
it's got to be stress-inducing. No matter if you're thinking hard enough about something, it's got to come up too. Like thinking hard, plus you're getting stress thrown on top of you.
Yeah.
So would thinking harder, would that be like kind of taking in new information or trying to figure out new information? That's
Mhm.
thinking harder
Yeah,
because
probably
the brain's
both.
constantly thinking.
Yeah,
Like
it's
all
probably
day.
Yeah. Thinking
Bigger
harder is when
things
you're
like-
problem solving and or learning.
Okay.
Like trying to actively process something. Yeah. Even when you're reading an audiobook and trying to actively stay engaged, it'll wear you out more than just listening to music, let's say.
Yeah.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is. I wonder if it has to do with your willpower too, if it just wears down your willpower. Because it is said that we only have a certain amount of willpower. It can grow, but we only got a certain amount at any one time that we can use, and certain things affect it if you don't have enough food, enough sleep, things like that.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And I did want to mention this wild man, Mr. Goggins himself. He, towards the end of his book, he did say, when for the listeners, religious or not, this was very interesting. He did say, when I go up to meet God and I imagine that he has a list of things that I accomplished in my life or that he expected me to accomplish in my life, I want God to open up my list and say, wow, you accomplished way more than I expected.
Mhm.
You know, rather than staying some fat lazy dude who just works at the
Just kills bugs.
kills bugs. Yeah, exactly. That's the job that he was hating, and ended up leaving it for the SEALs. So I thought that was interesting.
He lose
yeah,
like
okay.
100 and some odd pounds in
3 months.
3 months. That's crazy.
That is
Yeah.
unhealthy.
Yeah, there's no way.
Your heart is not meant to take that.
Well, he got his resting heart rate down to 30 beats per minute though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Professional athletes, though, they say between 40 and 50.
If you get it down to 30, that's usually when they intubate you. Or, what is it? Not intubate. Is it intubate? Like, you're in
Yep.
trouble. You got to go
Where
to
they
the hospital.
intubate you and give you oxygen.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
your
I
heart rate's
believe it.
not supposed to be at 30.
Yeah. What's your resting heart rate? I thought it was pretty
50.
low. 50?
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Uh-huh.
Dang.
According to my watch.
I think mine was 77. I think I measured it yesterday.
Nice.
Oh,
It's neat knowing that stuff. Don't know why. And, like, I don't know. It's not exactly useful, but it's neat.
Yeah, it makes me want to rip a Fitbit.
It's cool. I love my Fitbit. Mostly, I just use it as a watch normally.
We're not paid by Fitbit, not yet.
Mine's at 74 right now.
That Apple
Whoa.
Watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's at
That's
60.
cool.
So,
Huh. Maybe I'll have to get me a cool gadget.
it's interesting
Whatever.
knowing, telling you how many calories you burn in a day, how many
What's
times you
your
gone up.
usual?
Around 3,000, I think.
Okay. Typical male.
Yeah,
Does yours tell you how many steps you've done?
15,000 today.
Oh.
I think on normal work days I get around 20 though. We just left early today, so
Oh, nice. I did too, just barely.
yeah.
I told them I had a meeting at 6, so they let me go a little early.
Nice.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool little thing though to see that you walked. You know, if you average 20,000 a day, 100,000 steps.
How many miles is that?
15 I'm at right now is 7.6 miles.
Dang. So
It's
you're
not bad.
getting between 6 and 10 miles a day.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn good.
I'm a lazy fuck. I only
Yeah.
did 8,000.
I don't know.
Sitting
On
here like,
Sunday
oh,
I got
man.
like 1,000 steps. So
Yeah. Guess it depends on the day.
That's just going to the toilet.
it's just sitting at home.
Meh.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So moral of the story: push yourself hard, but not too hard. Don't go Goggins hard. He's a wild man. I mean, you can if you want, obviously, but just don't.
You'll get-
It'll hurt you.
You'll get dead.
Yeah, you'll get hurt for sure. And always push past your own limits and fulfill your own goals. Don't worry about other people. That
Definitely makes
was-
that a big thing.
Yeah, that was the other thing that he was talking about was don't pay attention to other people's goals
Compete
and
with yourself,
successes.
yeah.
Compete with yourself. Exactly. So when you're making goals and all that, just think of yourself, not
That's
not
when he
comparing
said he
yourself.
performed the best was when he was competing with himself.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, where you're just like, man, my previous best was this. I want to get here, and you do good things with it.
It's
So now I'm just gonna have to focus on stretching.
Yeah.
Get to the point where you can put your palms on the floor.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've never been able to touch my toes.
For real?
Me neither.
Weird. I
Not
touch the
with
toes.
straight
I
legs.
I can touch the floor.
Oh, you're so flexible.
So flexible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. We'll see. If I can touch my toes, then that'll be a success for me.
Nice.
Cause
I got long arms though. It makes it easier.
fair enough. I'm just short and squat. No, I'm exactly average. Literally, in almost every aspect, average.
Nice.
I am the typical human male.
Isn't your wingspan how tall you are? Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's supposed to be. Unless you're someone like a basketball player. I know there's a basketball player that's like 7 foot and has like a 9 foot wingspan.
Holy
They're
crap.
huge
He's just a
arms.
hawk flying
just-
on the court.
It's cool watching him play. Dunk it without jumping, really. Just kind of tiptoe. It's so cool.
That's awesome. I guess if one of your arms is 4 feet long, 4.5
Yeah.
feet.
He is a huge dude. They used to have his his outline at the
Oh, I
the
saw
arena.
that. Yeah,
Ginormous. Like I'm 6 foot, so I'm not that short.
yeah.
He's huge. Like you'd be looking up at him like holy.
He's
crap.
over 7 foot, isn't he?
Like 7'2" or 7'3".
Jesus Christ.
Ginormous.
Probably weighs 300 pounds and he looks skinny too.
For real.
That's crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
It's cool.
Good old fashioned
It's cool watching
Goliath.
them play when they're that big because people gotta try and do weird shiz to get around them, and they're just there. How do you get?
No,
Yeah, especially if they jump. I mean, they're there.
get
Yeah.
past my eagle wings.
Stretch the whole court.
Yeah. Blow everyone away. blow away the competition, as it were. All right. So for next podcast, not next podcast. Well, we'll talk about next podcast. Next podcast, we're going to be trying to get a guest on, trying to get my dad on, talk about whole life policies, budgeting, just some basic financials. It's been a minute since we talked about some strictly financial stuff, so we can do that and kind of check in on how each of us are doing financially. It'd be kind of fun because we are technically, what is it?
Mostly finance.
Yeah, we're mostly finance, and it's based on success step by step from the beginning. So if you guys see the steps we're taking, the steps we're on, then you might be able to follow in those steps and follow us to success.
Go.
Heck yeah.
We also chose Outwitting the Devil.
Yes,
For our
Outwitting
next
the
book.
Devil by someone.
Oh no.
We'll get that in a sec. But that'll be the book, Outwitting the Devil, and that will be in 2 podcasts from now. So that'll be
All right.
yep, in 2 podcasts.
Napoleon Hill.
Do we have that on our website?
I don't
I
know.
think we
I think
do.
we've seen it.
I
You
thought
think we do?
I thought we did because I know it's one of my favorite books, so I thought
we
we
did.
would have put it up there.
Didn't look particularly hard to see if it was on there, but
Maybe
Oh,
we
no,
don't.
I
have
don't.
it.
I don't
We
have it on there.
it.
Well, I may have to add it on there then.
Yeah.
Throw it on the to-do list.
Da-da-da.
all right.
Cool.
Awesome. Please hit that like button if you're digging on us. We do have our podcast from last time coming out tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we interviewed Seth Boss. So y'all are gonna like that one. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. We are gonna start linking our Patreon page. We finally got the link
Sort of.
squared away, sorted out, because you guys can't search us on Patreon yet. So we'll get that linked on all of our YouTube videos, and then you guys can start supporting us. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Bye.
Toodles.